I saw a YouTube video today that was essentially Christian women versus women who had left the church or women who weren't Christian anymore, former Christian women. And these were with black people. And in this video, of course, reading through the comments, listening through the video, the majority of what I heard from the former Christian side was basically church hurt, meaning, oh yeah, somebody hurt my feelings in church. And then from there, I went to try to find all the things I could to make that religion bad in my mind so that I wouldn't go back. And I want to first say I completely sympathize with what they did simply because I understand that going to church, there are a lot of places where the church isn't doing what the church is supposed to be doing. The church people are not showing the love of God. They're not showing the love of Christ. They're not building that community with you, growing with you. It's more so they kind of lord over you with that superiority complex they have. And as a Christian, I, for one, apologize for that, right? Like that's the account piece that I feel all Christians have to bear is the fact that there are some of us who claim to be Christian who are not showing the things that Christians are supposed to show. But the other side of that coin is it did kind of bother me a little bit that they were so easily swayed because of how people treated them. And it made me think about, was there anything in my life that I wanted to do that I let other people's treatment of me in those places deter me? And to be honest, the answer is no. And it's because if it's something that I want, if it's something that I know that I need, there is nothing or anybody that's going to stand in my way of me getting what I need. And it also made me think back to when I was a club hopper, a party goer type person. How many times have I gone to places and been mistreated, kicked out of parties, or pushed around and treated like I'm not supposed to be there, only to then that same night try to go and find another party to be at? All of that to say, if it's a place you want to be or it's something you want to do, there will be nothing to stand in your way. And I feel like the church is literally the only place where we allow how other people treat us to completely put us off of not only going to that specific location, but the religion and the concept in general. The other piece about that is a lot of those people who left the religion weren't in the religion because they wanted to be, meaning they grew up in the church, meaning that there was no desire for them to be there because they were forced to be there or they were told to be there and they were held accountable for attendance, not participation. So, of course, anywhere that I am that I don't want to be, anything that offends me or pushes against me or I would say corrects me or convicts me is going to make me hate being there all the more. Then the last thing I'll say, which was super interesting to me, is they didn't do any research into the religion or into participating in said religion. But as soon as they were out of the religion, they did all this research to try to justify their decision to leave. And that's simply because they did not want to be a part anymore. They did not want to be there. And the key word throughout this whole piece is your want to. Where you want to be, that's what you're going to put your effort into. That's what you're going to put your energy into. And the Bible says where your heart is, that's where your treasure is. Meaning, if your heart is not in the church, you being in the church is not going to do you any good. If your heart is not for God, you being in the presence of people who are of God is not going to do you any good. And you're going to lean more to what you want rather than what you're told to do, even if it's the right thing to do.